Hello Phantoms, welcome back to another exciting video of trigonometry at MHP with Mr. Carlson, your host. Not really. Okay, we're going to get started really quick. Here's the agenda because this is going to probably be a lengthy video just because of this MathXL piece. I'm going to try to explain it as quickly and as succinctly, as vividly, as clearly as possible. And then I want to review some special right triangle trig, okay, from geometry. So first thing, bell work. It's going to be some syllabus review. You don't need to write it down. I'm just going to kind of remind you of some important things about the syllabus. We're going to get into MathXL and Google Classroom. We're going to review some special right triangles, and then we're going to go through the closure, and I'm going to tell you what your homework is and what you should expect for the next week or so. All right, let's get started. So syllabus review. Number one, I'm going to blow through this, so just pay attention. What is my late work policy? Great question, kids. Great question. My late work policy, 10% deduction. Is that all MathXL assignments? No, because MathXL assignments will be open for the whole week. What is it applied then? How does that work? It will be applied to Desmos activities, focus note checks, and probably discussion, like Google Classroom discussions and everything. You will have a Google Classroom discussion actually this week for your homework over the weekend. It's called Proving the Pythagorean Theorem. Okay, Proving the Pythagorean Theorem. So that you'll see actually posted sometime this week. It'll be due next Monday, so August 10th. That's when it'll be due, August 10th. It's basically just going over a short video from TED Ed, kind of showing you how the Pythagorean theorem pretty much just came about. How do you prove it? And it's kind of getting you into inquiry and collaborating with each other because, again, we are an avid school. See, avid? We're an avid school. So since we're an avid school, I want to collaborate with you and have you guys collaborate with each other in a variety of ways, and this is one way to do it. So that's fantastic. That's my late work policy. If you have any questions, email me. When are you allowed to do retakes and makeups on quizzes and tests? Slightly trick question. You're allowed to do retakes on quizzes and tests, and they are due right here. So I have another question here. They are due a week after you initially take it. So let's just say you're Speedy Gonzalez, you complete everything, even the quiz this week, the Radians and Arcs quiz, this week on Wednesday, 8-5. You complete this 8-5. That's perfect. That's fine. And let's just say you fail it. If you want to retake it, then you have to email me saying, hey, I want to retake it. I will then open it up for you to close the next week. So you then retake it whenever you feel like you need to retake it or can retake it or whatever. Okay? That's what you should do. All right, and then I'll try to put that grade in as soon as possible. All right. What about tests? Can you do retakes on tests? Yes, absolutely. You can do retakes on tests. It follows the exact same pattern as quizzes. What about makeups? That is a hard no. There are no makeups because you have the whole week to do it. The only way I could do a makeup for you, because it will close, everything will close besides, I think, the homework. The tests and the quizzes will close. The tests and quizzes will close on August 7th, this Friday at 4 p.m., but the homework will stay open. The only way that I would allow a makeup on a quiz and test is if there's a family emergency and your parent or guardian emails me saying, hey, my student, my child couldn't get to it. Can you allow a makeup? Here's the circumstances. Then by all means, yes. But as it stands right now, you have a whole week to do it. And if you don't finish it within the time period, within the time frame for the whole week, then that's on you, not me. All right. What about homework quizzes? Can you do retakes or makeups on homework quizzes? The answer is a resounding no. Again, okay, you can't do retakes on homework quizzes. They are a formative quiz, a formative assessment, which means I am testing you on how well you understood the video, if you watched the video, which you should be, okay, or how well you actually did the homework, okay? If you have yet to do the homework or watch the video and you just think, I'm going to do the homework quiz just to get through it, and you fail it, and you have the audacity to ask me to retake it, girl, please, no. All right, don't do that. All right, I don't even allow retakes, by the way, in class. All right, But can you do makeups on homework quizzes? No, for the exact same reasons that you can't do makeups on quizzes and tests. I already told you about when they are due. What about homework quizzes? Are they optional or mandatory? Again, trick question. They are mandatory for the first 2 weeks of this class. Okay. After week 2, beginning of week 3, if you have an 85% or above in the class, okay, at the time you take the homework quiz, then no, you don't have to take the homework quiz. Can you take the homework quiz if you have an 85% or above? Yeah, absolutely. You definitely can take it. What if you fail? If you fail, does that hurt your grade? No. You know why? Because I won't put it in. But let's just say you get 100% on the homework quiz and you have a 90% in the overall class, so that means you didn't need to take the homework quiz. Will I put that 100% in the grade book? Yeah. You know why? Because it helps you. It helps your grade. Okay? So I will only put the homework quiz grade in after week 2, beginning of week 3, if you have an 85% or above, and if that homework quiz grade actually helps your grade, if it's above your overall grade. If it's not above your overall grade, if it hurts you, and you have above an 85% in the class, then no, I won't put that in. Now, if you have below an 85% in the class, if you have an 84.9% in the class, you take that homework quiz, and I grade it, okay, because I will be grading every day. Every single day I will be grading. If you take that homework quiz, and you fail the homework quiz, yeah, I will be putting it in with no chance to make it up. So this should encourage you to make sure you watch my videos and make sure you pay very close attention to your homework when you're doing it, okay? If you're absent, where should you find work, notes so far? So far, it's just pretty much Google Classroom. If you're in my actual class, there's other means to do that, but because we're online, so far it's just Google Classroom. You can actually use MathXL because you see what's assigned to you and you see what's due. But you can also use Synergy as well. So Synergy, every Wednesday I'll post the next week's assignments on Synergy so you can actually see what you need to do for next week or what you should be planning for. Okay, a lot of students use that means as well. Do I provide any extra credit? Yes, I do, only towards homework quizzes, and tests. I don't provide any random extra credit assignment. So if you come to me at the end of the quarter saying, how can I raise my grade? I'm not going to give you extra credit. The one thing that I'm going to tell you is, well, do better work. I mean, I know that sounds harsh. I know that sounds like I don't really love you guys, but I really think you guys can succeed. And this really does push you. You have so many more blessings, as it were, because we're online, because now you can use notes on quizzes and tests instead of just homework quizzes. If we were in class, I wouldn't allow you to use notes on quizzes and tests, okay? So there's so many different ways you can do it. You have the whole week also to just complete things. And so this is great. I won't provide any extra credit besides the extra credit that I provide on homework quizzes, and tests. How do I get that extra credit? If you complete the corresponding homework review before the quiz, test, or homework quiz at 100%. If you complete the corresponding homework assignment that at 100% that corresponds to the homework quizzes, and tests, then I will give you the extra credit points. 2 points extra credit for homework quizzes, 5 points extra credit for quizzes and tests. I hope that's clear. I've already explained that before in the previous video. So let's move on. Google Classroom, if you're yet to be on Google Classroom, here's the code. Here are step-by-step instructions. Okay. Wow, that's awful. I just noticed that. Look at this. Peruse the site. Most of you on Google Classroom, I think I'm missing maybe like 5 to 10. Okay, 5 to 10 of you. So make sure you get on Google Classroom. Now, here's the bulk of what we're going to be doing today, the MathXL registration. I'm going to try to explain this really, really clearly, but you need to pay attention to my words, okay, when I'm trying to explain it. This is the summarized version. The more lengthy version is on the syllabus, so I'm going to show you that right now. The more lengthy version is on the syllabus. It's right here, okay? I'll kind of flip-flop back and forth, all right? But I'm going to start right here on the summarized version. So first things first, make sure you get to mathexcelforschool.com. No matter who you are, go to that MathXL for School. It should see something like this. Just type it in. Should see something like this. All right. Second step, register for an account. Okay, so for an account right here. Register for an account, student. If, pay attention, if you are new. What does that mean? If you have yet to ever have me as a teacher, I'm a brand new teacher to you. You've never walked in my class and actually took a math class from me, then you are considered new. So you will have to go to MathXL for School and you will have to click student here. Okay? But before I get there, I'm going to actually go to a different avenue because there are people who've had me before, have had me before, who've taken my class before and who are not new, but their account will expire or has expired. So I'm going to go down that route first, right here. So those of you who are new, just chill out for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to explain it in a little bit, so just kind of chill. But those of you who have had me before, there you go, and whose account is more than 1 year old or has expired, you will also need an access code. However, pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. If you have had me, man, I'm clearly not an English teacher. If you had me last year, quarter 1, period 1, algebra 2.1, and there's a big chunk of you who had me during that time. Again, if you had me last year, quarter 1, period 1, algebra 2.1, if you had me for the first time, your account will expire, but it won't expire until August 5th. That's Wednesday. Okay? Is that clear? Your account will expire, but it will not expire until August 5th, Wednesday. So, what does that mean for you? That means, as of right now, you don't need an access code. Okay? You don't need an access code. Those of you who had me for period 3, quarter 2, algebra 2.1, or who had me anytime in quarter 3, or before this COVID mess started. Okay, and there's some of you there. You also will not need an access code. You can sign in like normal. So if you use your same username and password that you had before during that time, then just sign in to MathXL like normal. So for you, you would click on just sign in, not register, but you would click on sign in here. And then you would just type in your same username and password, and then you should get back. It should pop up to the last class you had taken with me. Okay? If that's the case, all right, and those of you whose code will about to expire, again, period 1, algebra 2.1, quarter 1, yours won't expire yet, so you can still do this. You can go sign in like normal to MathXL and then click on your little name. It should be something like a little guy right here. Click on your name and then enroll in course, and then you will type in this code. Okay? If you want to copy and paste it, you can just right here, you can just copy and paste it. Just select copy, enroll in course code. That's for those who have had me before. Okay? And then obviously it will say trigonometry, hit enroll, and then you should get started on your MathXL orientation and login assignment. What's your login assignment? It's on Google Classroom. I need you to complete this ASAP. Do it right now. You might as well just do it right now if you have yet to do it. Okay? So you don't forget your username and password. All right. And also complete the orientation. That will show up on MathXL. That's due 8/7 by 4 p.m. It is worth participation grade. Now, if you don't remember your username and password, you can ask me. I'm pretty sure I have it. That's why I tell you, by the way, to do this, to tell me your MathXL login, so that when you take another class with me, let's just say you forget for some reason, guess what? I have it. So most of you, I probably already have your username and password, especially if you did this assignment last time you had me. Sounds good? If I don't have it, and if you don't remember it, then that means you will have to click on forgot username and password, and then type in your school email, and then you'll have to go through that whole refresh and create a new password and everything. But then if that's the case, go back to this assignment and fill it out. Okay, I did that really fast. Most of you are actually on MathXL from my previous students, so you're a blessing to my heart. So thank you. All right, thank you so much. Those of you now who are new, if you're brand new, never had me before as a teacher, this is for you now. These are the instructions. Register for a new account. How do I do that? Let's get started. So again, you're on MathXL for school. You won't hit sign in. That's for those who who had me before as a teacher and whose account will perhaps expire. But those of you who have yet to have me as a teacher or whose account has expired, I think I have maybe 2 or 3 of you in here who had me as a teacher like 2 or 3 years ago, but for whatever reason they took a year off math. Okay, that means you will then do the whole registration process again. You will create a whole new username, a whole new login, and so forth. So this is also for you. I'll say that again. If you're new or you have an account who's completely expired because, again, you just haven't had me as a teacher for a year or so, then you're going to have to register for a whole new account as well. Make sure to use your school email. That is non-negotiable. I'm going to say that again. If you don't use your school email, I'm going to get really upset. Okay? Use your school email. What is your school email? For those of you who don't know, it is right here on the syllabus, firstname.lastname@mhprep.com, or whatever MHP has given you for the school email. If you're not sure, because you're maybe a brand new student to MHP, I would want you to email the front office, call the front office even right now, and just solidify the fact that you do have an email and it is what you think it is, okay? Because I really do want you to use your MHPrep school email. All right, now, let's go back here. Not there. Let's go back here. You will receive an access code if you're brand new or you have an account who's completely expired. You will receive an access code that looks something like this. That's not this one, but it'll look something like that. Okay? So if you're on the Google Meets link, or if you haven't been on the Google Meets link for Monday and you want to do this, that would be great. Then go on the Google Meets link tomorrow and then just say, hey, I'm brand new, I have an account, or I have an account that's expired. Please send me an access code. I will email you your access code on your MHPrep account. Okay? I will email you your access code on your MHPrep account. This access code is completely different for each student. Now, if you don't want to get on the Google Meets for whatever reason, because you don't want to see my beautiful face, then that's fine. Email me right now saying, hey, I'm brand new, or hey, my account has expired. Please send me an access code. I will be like, yo, I got you. I will send you an access code, and you can use that as well. See? Talk to your teacher. Your teacher's course ID. Now, this course ID everyone has in trigonometry. It's the same course ID that you will find in the syllabus. It's right there. Okay? It's also the same course ID in step 3 right here. It's the exact same thing. All right? So you will be putting that course ID in literally right now. So you will be putting that course ID in right now. So if I go to the syllabus, let's just say I want to copy this. You can copy it. Go to register. You can hit paste. Continue. What you should see is something like this. Okay? That's me. Yay! Taught by me. Isn't that great? So this is my class. Now, if you're completely brand new, like you've never had me for a teacher at all, then you would hit create. If you maybe had me before, but your account has expired, maybe you do remember your username and password for whatever reason, you could try this. You could hit username and password and try to sign in that way. But again, that's only maybe a couple of you. If you want just a brand new account, that's perfectly fine too. Just go ahead and click create. You're going to type in your email. Okay, type in your email and then click on username, password. Yeah, this is just saying you may have an account. Okay, just type in your username, password, do whatever. I highly suggest that you don't use this suggested password. The reason for That is because you need to tell me your password, and it's really hard if you click on this to actually tell me your password. So I recommend, this is the password I always recommend because it always works, at least to my knowledge. Just phantoms 1, 2, 3. Okay? Just do that basic password. That's perfectly fine. It's an easy password. All right? Capital P and then everything else lowercase 1, 2, 3. That works always. Okay? It's kind of finicky with your passwords here. Username, I don't care. You can do the same email for your username. You can do, Colton.Carlson if you want. It doesn't matter. Don't do Colton.Carlson. I mean, that would be kind of hilarious, but don't do that. And then re-enter your password. My first name, that's my wife's name. Type in your first name. And then a security question, go through that. Security question, answer it, agree. Most of you are probably underneath the age of 18, and most of you obviously are enrolled in high school, so you'll just click on that. And then once you fill all that, you'll create the account, okay? After that, it will take you to another screen in which it will ask you what the course ID for your class is again, which you will just type this whole thing in, or like I said, you can just go ahead and copy this whole thing again, just like you did last time. Okay, it will ask you for that after you create this account. So again, once you create the account, it will ask you for the course ID again, and you'll just, like I said, copy that and paste it in there. And then you'll hit enroll, and then boom, you will be inside my classroom, which would be amazing. This is what the classroom will look like. I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so trigonometry, I already have 12 students enrolled, which is fantastic. These are the students that I've had before in the past. You guys are amazing. So it will look something like this for you when you enroll. This will probably be what you'll see. There's no assignments right now, but when you enroll on Monday, there will be, because everything will open on Monday. So what you'll actually see is something like this. And don't freak out when you see this. You'll see all these assignments, everything in green check marks you'll see. Now you're saying, I need to do all of that for the whole week? What? No, you don't. Pay very close attention. The first assignment is MathXL orientation. I need you guys to complete that at 100% before Friday at 4 p.m. because it's part of a grade. It's part of this kind of a dual grade. So I need you to type in your username and password here. For those of you who are new, as soon as you get logged in, do that. But then you'll also go here to MathXL and do your MathXL orientation. I need that done. Okay, am I making myself clear? Do this orientation by Friday by 4 p.m. and also do this username and password by Friday by 4 p.m. It's a dual grade. You need to do both in order to receive the credit. This orientation, again, needs to be at 100%. The next thing you should do is the pretest. We'll actually get to that later on in this video. Okay, do the best you possibly can. It's going to be worth a participation grade. Again, just do the best you possibly can. It's actually mandated by the state for us to get pretest. So, all right, now the homework. This is what we're going to be going through tomorrow or the next day. It's called the angles and radian measure. Okay. Now you'll see something like this called honors. So if you're not in honors, if you have yet to have a parent or guardian send that to me, then you're not in honors. Therefore, you don't need to do this assignment. You just need to do this regular assignment. And then you're probably thinking, oh, so I just need to do all these regular things? That doesn't say honors? If I'm not in honors, you are correct. Yes, you are correct, child. All right? So if you're in honors, though, if you are in honors, you will only be doing honors. Okay? You'll only be doing the honors assignments. You can do the regulars if you want, but you do not have to. Just do the actual honors assignments. Now, read the honors contract very, very carefully. It's on Google Classroom. Read that very carefully. I do need you to complete all assignments at 80% or above before the end of the quarter. I will check. So if your assignments, if there's one assignment that's at 79% by the time I check for honors, you're not getting honors, even though you spent the whole quarter getting honors. Do you understand me? I need every single assignment, not tests or quizzes, not even homework quizzes, but every single homework assignment done at 80% or above. That's my honors requirement. Okay, you also need to have your parent or guardian email me saying, yes, my child is interested in honors. Okay, and then of course you need to complete the honors assignments. Fantastic. All right, so this is your first homework assignment on MathXL, besides the orientation and stuff. I'm going to actually pull this up, and I'm going to show you what this is for those of you who aren't familiar with MathXL. For those of you who are familiar with MathXL, you don't really need to know this. You already pretty much know what view an example is and all that, yada, yada. But I will have to say I completely redid my trig class about a year ago. So a year and a half ago, I completely redid it. I put more questions that are a little bit easier, so more easy questions and a little bit more video type questions on there. So there's a lot more videos, even interactive videos, on there for you. Okay, so let's just say you click on the first question. And some of these are also like vocab questions too, like really easy questions. And it's going to take you to this. Okay, so classify as acute, right, obtuse. Obviously, this is obtuse. You're going to go ahead and check answer. Yay, well done. Next question. Now, if you go to the next question, if you want any help, there's a video here. There's also textbook. And then I'll also say, if you're like, I don't understand this question, you can go ahead and click on the Ask Instructor button. Click on that, and then it will actually send me an email with this exact question linked to that email. So then in my inbox, in my email inbox, I can click on that link and I can see the exact question of what you're struggling on. I can do a quick video and just kind of work it out or kind of help you and kind of explain it. And then I can send that to you. And I hope that will help you. Okay. Or I can just write it and then screenshot it. And that's perfectly fine too. All right. So I hope that helps. I'm going to go ahead and go here. Here are some interactive videos. You don't need to actually watch these interactive videos. You can actually just exit out of them if you want, but they are helpful because they actually go through the question and help you with the question and everything. Okay, so convert the following in radians and degrees. Degrees to radians, we are going to do that in the next couple of days. So in the next video, I'll show you how to do that. Okay. And then again, there's assigned media, that will always be there. And then here, there's some extra help here. There's what we call help me solve this. It will actually take you through the actual question and show you how to do it. Okay? But the problem is, once you're done with that, it will give you a whole new question. Most students like this, view an example, rather than help me solve this. And this will take you through a similar example, though it's not the same. And it will actually, again, guide you through the steps, but it's not interactive. The help me solve this is actually interactive, okay? It will actually want you to like type stuff in and select which one. The help me solve this, that's the help me solve this. So view an example will actually just give you a random example, and notice how this didn't refresh. It's the same example as before. So this is very powerful. Students love MathXL. I usually don't get too many complaints about MathXL, except for the fact that maybe you put like, you know, you put an X instead of a Y here. It will actually mark you wrong if you put the wrong variable, even though all the numbers were the same. So some of you kind of get like just frustrated with MathXL in that way, or it makes you reload the whole problem when you get one little thing wrong. Yeah. It is what it is, but it does help you with your math. So those are all the resources that I pretty much have for you. I also have resources available here. So if you go to trigonometry, this is the homepage. If you go to classwork, again, your syllabus is up top. If you have yet to fill out the student acknowledgement form, it's loading. If you have yet to fill out the student acknowledgement form, most of you have, so thank you, but there's a couple of you who have yet to do that. Please do that. Let's do this Wednesday about 4 p.m. But that's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is this. So you'll see underneath the actual unit videos. These are materials. They're not assignments. You understand? They're materials. They're not assignments. So these are just for your convenience. If you're like, man, that Carlson guy sucks at teaching math, I'd rather learn from someone else. Okay, I don't care. Go here. Okay, I'm trying to help you out. Okay, even if you hate my class, I'm still here helping you try to succeed. Seriously. So you can go here, and these are some of the videos that we will, some of the topics that we will cover. But these are actually great math teachers. I've watched many of them before. And then here is your assignment for over the weekend. Obviously, no one has done it. But for this weekend, due next Monday, here's your assignments. Due August 10th by 8 a.m. Due August 10th by 8 a.m. Not by 4 p.m., but 8 a.m. If I said 4 p.m. before, I'm sorry. It's due by 8 a.m. Always go by the due date on Google Classroom. All right. So I know I spent a huge time talking through that, and I did so because it's so vitally important. Make sure you use your school email when registering for MathXL. Make sure you tell me that you need an access code. Email me, or go to the Google Meets link and just say, hey, I'm a new student of yours. I need an access code. Okay, I know it'll be kind of chaotic there because a lot of people will be there, but that's okay. I will try my very best to kind of to take attendance there and get everyone's access code there. But it's best if you just email me that you need an access code, and then that way I can actually go through each individual person. Okay, especially if you're new. If you are not new, do not email me that you need an access code until your account actually has expired. Do you understand me? If you are in MathXL right now, if you've had me before last year and your account has yet to expire in August 5th, do not email me until your account has expired. Okay? All right. So, man, we need to take a break. So if you need to take a break right now, just pause the video, go get some lunch or something. All right? But I'm going to go actually through some special right triangle review. You do not need to do this worksheet at all. This is the worksheet I'm going to go through. You don't need to do this worksheet at all. I'm going to emphasize again, you don't need to do the worksheet at all. Please don't do this. This is just for your convenience to kind of understand 45, 45, 90 triangles and 60, 30, 90 triangles once more. Because again, you learned them in geometry, or you should have learned them in geometry. And I will be reviewing it here. Okay, I'm not going to go through every single question. I'm probably just going to select a couple of them. All right, so it is to your advantage if you actually do follow along, fill out your notes, get some note sheets and everything, so you can take notes with me. Okay, because next week we are going to be doing a lot with 45 degree triangles and 60, 30, 90. All right, so the ones that I want to do on this first page are 1, 3, and let's do 7 and 8. So let's do that. Okay. All right, let's do that. Perfect. All right, so before I do that, I want to show you the formulas for each triangle. So these are 45, 90 degree triangles. What will they look like? So if I have a triangle here, I'm going to try my very best to kind of do it. That's actually not that bad. This is right triangle, okay? Where this is 45 degrees here. Now, if this is 45 degrees, that means this is also 45 degrees. Why is that, Mr. Carlson? Because how many degrees are in a triangle? 180. If this is already a right triangle, this is 90 degrees, and this is 45 degrees, what's left? Another 45 degrees. 180 minus 90 minus 45 is 45. There's 45 degrees left, which means that these sides are congruent. I hope you remember that. Now here, though, is something that is the most important, that you may or may not have learned or remembered, is the actual side lengths. What are the ratios for the side lengths? So if you remember, these are what we call x. These are this exact same side, so it shouldn't be surprised that they're the exact same actual value, x, okay? But what is the hypotenuse? This is actually what we call x times radical 2. Okay, maybe that rings a bell, maybe it doesn't. We'll see. But this is actually your triangle, your basic 45, 45 degree triangle. Now, what is your 30, 60, 90 degree triangle? What is that? Okay, so it looks something like this. Okay. All right. Now, this right here is going to be 30 degrees. How do I know it's 30? I'll show you in a little bit. And this right here is 60 degrees. Okay, I know it's 30 because it's opposite of the shortest leg. Okay, it's opposite of the shortest side. So I know it's 30. So the longest side is going to be with the bigger angle, which is 60 in this case. Now, if you remember, your short side, the opposite of the short side, your short side length is going to be x. Your long side length is going to be x times radical 3. And then your hypotenuse is actually just 2x. So hopefully you remember something like this. If you don't remember anything like that, then that may be an issue. But I'll try to review as much as possible here so that you can kind of beef up on this. Beef up on your little mathematics, all right? So let's do the first one, a very basic one at that. So it actually gives us, it's a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle. So I know this one is also 45 degrees, just like this one is 45 degrees. And they give you one side length, it's 2 times radical 2, and then we want to find the hypotenuse and the other side length. Well, this one is actually very simple. You know why? Because if this is a 45, 45, that means these side lengths are congruent and they're equal, which means if that's 2 times radical 2, B is 2 times radical 2. Okay, so that is my first value. B is 2 times radical 2. Yay. Now what is A? Well, A, if you remember right here, A is x, the side length, so the side length times radical 2. Well, this is the side length, so that means A equals this side length, 2 times radical 2, notice my use of parentheses here, times radical 2. So times radical 2. What does this mean? It means that we're multiplying every single thing together. So when we multiply every single thing together, I can pretty much drop the parentheses here and it will look something like this. And we should know by now, if I multiply two radicals together and they have the exact same value underneath the radical, 2 and 2 in this case, that's radical 4, but radical 4 is 2. So this actually equals 2 times 2, which means A equals 4. Okay, that's what A equals. So B equals 2 times radical 2, A equals 4. Wow, that's probably a blast from the past, right? Maybe. I'll keep with blue because it's red and blue, Spider-Man colors, except for the odd pink here. Okay, let's go to 3. 45 again, so that means these are identical. So you should automatically say, okay, y then is 3 radical 2 all over 2. That's the easy one. That's nice and simple. Now, what is my hypotenuse? Again, my hypotenuse is the leg, whatever the leg is, the leg times radical 2. So x equals the leg, 3 times radical 2 all over 2, times another radical 2, as per our formula here. Okay, that's the ratios that they go. And honestly, the reason why I love Trig so much is because we actually dive into why these ratios exist. Okay, we actually do that in a little bit, in about like 2-ish weeks. So it's really interesting. Now, technically this is all over 1. It's an understood 1, which means I just kind of multiply that here. And then it's the exact same thing that I had here. What's radical 2 times radical 2? Well, that's going to be just 2. So those two radicals right here actually just become 2 because it was square root of 4, which is 2. Okay. I'm actually going to pinpoint this because maybe you're confused right here. That those two radical 2's becomes just 1 2. What is that 2? Well, that 2 is just this one right here. So I hope maybe that. So this 2 is just that 2, but those radical 2's actually becomes this. Okay. If you're confused about that at all, just let me know. Please let me know as soon as possible. And of course, this is still over 2. And then the 2's go poofy, and so that means I have 3. So what does x equal? It equals 3. Awesome. Amazing. Let's move on. All right, now this is a 60, 30 degree triangle, so it's going to be a little bit different, and we want to find the legs. The first thing that they give us, though, is your 16. Now, 16 is your hypotenuse. So what we can say is 16 is our hypotenuse. And what's my ratio for my hypotenuse? Well, right here, it's 2x. So my ratio for my hypotenuse is 2x. Now, hold on. Before I do x, okay, because there's a lot of variables kind of messing up here, notice that this x is just a random variable to signify or represent the shortest side. Okay, that's all x means in that example. And right here in red, x means the shortest side. Now watch. Right here, though, the shortest side is not x, it is y. So am I going to put x here? No, because that would confuse us. That's the longest side in this example. So I'm actually going to put y here because that is the shortest side right here. That's the shortest side. And again, the hypotenuse equals 2 times the shortest side. So here, the hypotenuse, 16, equals 2 times the shortest side right here. Now it's just a simple equation. Divide by 2, divide by 2. So y equals 8. Perfect. Happy days. Now what does x equal? Well, here, the longest side, which is x right here is the longest side because it's opposite of 60 degrees, okay? It's opposite of 60 degrees. That's the longest side. X is, the longest side is the shortest side, right here, the shortest side times radical 3. So what's the shortest side? Well, we found it to be 8 times radical 3. And that is my answer. Smiley face. Yay! All right. Let's move on here. Now they give us a couple, they give us 30 degrees instead of 60 degrees. So they changed some stuff up on us. So now they're giving us the shortest side because that's opposite of 30 degrees. So that's the shortest side. And visually, it's just the shortest side. So we're actually going to start with what we are given. That's the beauty of trig. We start with what we're given. Okay? So we're given the shortest side is 2. So I'm going to write 2 equals, and in our formula here, in our quasi-formula, our shortest side was just x. Okay? And that's what it is. But now watch. We want to find the hypotenuse. Okay? We also want to find the longest side. Okay? All right. So what I have right now is I notice that this is the hypotenuse. So u is the hypotenuse. And I also notice that they give us the shortest side, which is 2. Well, it just so happens that the hypotenuse is 2 times the shortest side. So 2 times the shortest side. Well, we are given the shortest side, which is also 2, which means my hypotenuse is 4. Now that I know my hypotenuse and the shortest side, what is my longest side? Well, my longest side is literally the shortest side times radical 3. Well, I already know the shortest side is 2, so I just need to times that by radical 3. And that is v. U, the hypotenuse, is 4. V, the longest side, is 2 times radical 3. Okay? All right. I think I would want to go through 2 more, but honestly, I think I'm just going to stop it right there because the video is probably getting too long. So I'm going to erase. Let's go back. All right. So now if you look on Google Classroom, you'll probably see that I have the pretest to be on Tuesday. You can be done for today. You can absolutely not do the pretest today, and you can wait to do the pretest until the next day, because I really just want you to get started on the MathXL. I want you to get started on the MathXL orientation, this stuff right here. But if you're like, I'm still feeling pretty good, I can knock out the pretest today, by all means, knock out the pretest. I'm not going to have a video for Tuesday, okay? So I'm not going to have a video for Tuesday. This is technically what it would be on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, just make sure you complete the pretest on MathXL. This will be worth 25 points, participation. Try your very best. Some stuff you may actually be able to do because it's geometry stuff, but obviously most of it you won't be able to do. Remember, it's mandated by the state now to do a pretest. Yay. Make sure you complete your MathXL orientation by Friday at 8/7. Friday 8/7 by 4 p.m. Also, make sure you do your MathXL login information right here. It'll be due by Friday by 4 p.m. If you already got on MathXL, make sure you do that like ASAP so you can get it knocked out. Easy points. Obviously, like I said, you don't need to do the CUDA worksheet at all. If you're still interested in honors, have your parent or guardian email me. Make sure you get the syllabus acknowledgement form completed by Wednesday by 4 p.m. 8/5. Okay, again, that's on not MathXL, it's on Google Classroom. I already told you that. And then again, the orientation. So if you have any other questions or concerns, please, please, please email me, talk to me, communicate to me, show up on a Google Meets. Remember, you need to check in every single day. So if I did not see you today on the Google Meets, then that means I will have to have communication from you somehow in any other way. So if through the check-in or just through basic you working on stuff, that's fine. Okay, if you're working on MathXL. So I don't think I have anything else. Make good choices, Phantoms. Until next time, I'll see you.